Hey guys, what's going on? Munching on some cinnamon bread, I think. What's that? Is that cinnamon bread? I think it's cinnamon bread. Munching on that a little bit. Before I get started, first of all, I want to say, if you're not subscribed and you're checking this channel out for the first time, you're like, dude, it's going to be cool. I heard you're going to talk about some music. I do it all the time. Movie reviews as well. Other random uh, chatting, all that good jazz. Subscribe, bell notification. I even go live sometimes. Be surprised. But if you're not up at 8:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock, 7:30, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you may not see me live. Anyways, let's get on with this. Welcome to the very first episode of Alpha Music. Alpha Music, short for alphabet. I didn't want to put alphabet music, then like kids would be typing up alphabet. And then they get me, and I'm just like, F this and F that, and it'd be bad. Because I don't cuss all the time, but sometimes I might drop a thing to make a point. Or, like today, there's a cuss word in the band title. Anyways, let's start with 5 bands that start with A. Episode 1, Alpha Music. Let's do this. And of course, next video, more likely, it's going to be the letter B. And that's kind of what the whole intention of the series is. I'm going to start at A, go through the alphabet, and then start over again at A again. Give you 5 more bands to start with A. I had an idea to put, I think they're called America, the old band. I did not put them because there's already America in another band's name. So, I didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, the first band, American Head Charge. I don't know if I've seen this band live or not. I don't think so. I think that they were one of the bands in Ozfest that some cities got them and some cities got another band. Ozfest usually had 2 or 3 bands that did that. No, wait, hold on. 6 bands that usually did that, where the 3 would alternate and they would take breaks or something because they're just, maybe, I don't know, they're just not used to touring. I have no idea what the deal was with that. But they were formed in the late 90s. They didn't really come out until, I think, 98 with the first album. It was around that time. So they would have been at probably the first Ozfest that I ever went to, Ozfest 2000. They're from Minneapolis, Minnesota. They were industrial metal. The best thing I can explain for American Head Charge to describe them, and I really never thought about this before, but it's kind of like Power Man 5000 meets Nine Inch Nails. There's a lot of like, if you hear them, if you go listen to American Head Charge on Spotify, you'll know what I'm talking about because it really sounds a lot like the Nine Inch Nails background music, and then you hear like the vocals of the guy kind of sounds, and even the music is kind of like hard rockish as well, kind of background, but it kind of sounds like Power Man 5000's like rock music, like Rob Zombie-esque kind of thing going on. But you know what I'm saying, like more Power Man 5000 though. And the vocals, like it's really weird. It's really weird. This is the way it is. When he's trying to like be forceful singing, like in the chorus, he sounds like Spider from Power Man 5000. When he does like normal lyrics in the song, he seems to sound like Manson. And I listened to a few of the songs, and I remember what they like. I didn't need much to listen to any of these people today, to be honest, because I knew most of them today. So that's good. The first episode, I don't need to be spending 5 hours researching bands. Let's just get to the first episode. Let you know what I'm going to be doing. But anyway, yeah, man, they kind of sound like Manson when he's doing it, and he gets the chorus. He sounds like Spider from Power Man 5000, their lead singer, which is not bad. They're not bad. They've had some troubles. American Head Charge, though, evidently has been kind of in and out of having a band. Had a guitarist die, I think, in 2008. That's where I know that 2008 from. Never mind. They started earlier. 2001 is when they started. So they were probably at the second Ozfest, if they were there. It just kicked in. My memory kicked in. I remember. But yeah, they had their guitarist died in 2008. I don't remember his name. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. But their guitarist died in 2008. One of their guitarists. I don't know if they have more than one. I have no idea. Um, This is about the music. I don't care about the individual people in the band. They produce good music. That's all that matters. But with that being said, there was a lot of things that happened with the band. They were really bad into drugs and alcohol, and they went to rehab multiple times. So they had an album come out last year, 2016. I listened to it. All the same. Really, they sound the same, to be quite honest. Um, so yeah, there you go. Decent band. Check them out if you like that kind of music. Industrial metal if you like that, like Nine Inch Nails kind of thing. But a little bit hard rock mixed in. That's probably your thing. Number two, ABK. You know I was going to throw a little bit of everything, and that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and throw a little bit of everything in there. When I do bands, I'm going to try not to pick like all metal bands or all rock or all country. I'm not going to try and do that. All rap. ABK is, I put Juggalo Infused Rap, aka probably a psychopathic record label mate of ICP. So ABK, I don't ask me what it stands for. Don't ask me where he's from. There is no info on Spotify. I'm just going to tell you basically what he sounds like. He sounded like a rapper with a lisp, but it's not bad rapping. But here's the thing about ABK, okay? So I'm a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan. I'm a fan of ICP. They have some songs I like. Not overly like a huge fan of a lot of the people on the labels. There's Boondocks, which he might be on the next video that I do. B, the letter B for alphabet, alpha music. Anyway, but he's really the only one I really like, truly just like everything that he does. And Tech Nine kind of rolls with him, but he rolls with Cottonmouth Kings as well, so that kind of cancels him out of Juggalo kind of music. So ABK is one that he's really, really good, but seems like something is lacking, and I don't know what it is. I think sometimes his music kind of sounds like it just keeps going and going and going and going and going, and the chorus is not really there. Like there's no chorus. I think that's what it seems like to me. But I like his music. He's a good rapper, but something is missing. Like there's a chorus, but there's not a chorus. That's what it sounds like to me. And I know people have said stuff to me before, like, I don't know what you're talking about. ABK is great, blah, 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 blah. Well, I mean, it's your opinion. It really is your opinion, and this is a lot of opinionated things coming out of my mouth with the music reviews that come from me. So you can comment down below, whatever you think. That's cool. It's all good. We all have our music tastes and everything like that. I'm just telling you what I think he sounds like. So if somebody has never heard him before, whatever. But if you've heard any kind of people from, ICP, whatever like that, he kind of sounds like Shaggy 2 Dope a lot to me. I honestly thought that's who it was. Like, Shaggy go solo? But he already has a solo CD. I kind of like it pretty good, but this is ABK. He sounds really like him, though. But kind of a better version if Shaggy was going to go solo, like he picked it up a notch. And this is ABK. No, it's Shaggy 2 Dope. Oh, okay, whatever. But anyway, it's ABK. Totally different person. That's what I thought about him, though. Something's lacking. I don't know what it is. Next one is Aranda. So Aranda, I have heard of before. I'm pretty sure they were in a 14 bands list a long time ago, or they were in a music review, or top 5 spotlight bands or something like that. I'm pretty sure I've reviewed them in the past. Pretty positive. If not, I was going to review them and I never got around to it. That could have been the thing too. But Aranda formed in 2001. Has some notes here. Post-grunge rock is what they call them. Basically, they're mainstream rock. They're mainstream rock to the utmost, but more of like, kind of like Shinedown to me. They kind of sound like that type of rock, where they're really kind of like anthem. I don't know, is anthem the right word for it? Like very, very clean rock, but heavy at times, and some of it's not heavy. But it's really, really good music. And this is the kind of bands that I like. They're from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, which that doesn't mean anything. Where they're from, I just want to let you know. And it was formed by Gabe and Damian Aranda. It could be Damian, I don't know. Aranda. So Aranda's their last name. That's pretty cool. And they actually had a couple of songs a long time ago, about 5 or so. I don't remember what the year was. I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago. They had a song. One song that you will know and you probably heard before is Why You Want to Bring Me Down, all shoved together one word. Why You Wanna Bring Me Down is the big word. They also have a song called Still in the Dark that was kind of popular, I guess, but I don't really remember it. I remember there being another song that I heard, and I thought I heard it somewhere else when I listened to them last time, because I think they only had like 2 albums out at the time I listened to them last time, and I think they have 3 or 4 albums out now. So it's been a while since I've listened to them. Probably a couple years since I've actually listened to a lot of their music. But I've come across them before here recently, and they have tons of great songs. They're such a great band. Why they have not made it any further in the music business, I have no idea. Maybe they have attitude problems. Maybe they have ego problems. I have no idea. Maybe they're just something just ain't clicking with mainstream, and they're doing stuff behind the scenes that we don't know. That is just not. I don't know. Maybe they're. I don't know. You never know what's going on. If there's political issues, or religious, or maybe one of them's not, homosexual. I have no idea. And I'm not trying to bash homosexuality. I'm just saying maybe there's something there I'm not aware of. But I'm just trying to figure out why they're not popular, because they're really, really good. If you've not heard them, you should check them out. And I'll put in the description the band's names, and you can look them up on Spotify if you want to. I used to do like links, but we'll see. We'll see. I may do that. We'll see. If it's not, the names will at least be down below, so you'll know who I'm talking about. Next, number 4, Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson. I love this guy. He's country. If you haven't heard Alan Jackson and you want to hear a good country star, this is a good country star to start with. If you don't like twang, if you pick the right song, he's pretty good. He's kind of, if you want a guy that's not too twangy and not too poppy, Alan Jackson is the correct person to start listening to with country, because some of his stuff is kind of cheesy. Yeah, near the end, he was just like, hey, I just want to make some money now before I get out. And that's cool. That's all cool. Whatever. He's old. He needs to make some money and get out of there. And now he's doing like religious stuff. So that's cool. It's all cool with that. And he's doing his hits and everything. He's doing the old country star kind of thing now. And that's really great. The song I really, really loved with him was Chasing That Neon Rainbow. Great song. I never hear anybody talking about it. And I love that song. It came on the radio at work the other day, and I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, this song is amazing. Oh, I think Don't Rock the Jukebox came. It was either Don't Rock the Jukebox or Chasing Down the Rainbow. I'm pretty sure it was Don't Rock the Jukebox. My bad. Yeah, it was Don't Rock the Jukebox, which is a good song too. Remember When is another one too that's really, really good. He does really good at ballads, but he does have some catchy kind of songs that aren't ballads. They're pretty good too. Number five is Assjack. Yes, Assjack. If you've never heard of Assjack and you like metal, this is the band for you. You need to check this out. And I've told people so many times, and I always start the same conversation with people the same way every single time. I ask them, hey, do you like country? And they always say no. And I always know I'm going to ask the person that I know does not like country, because I know where I'm going with this. Because I know that they probably like metal. So I always start the conversation out, do you like country? And they say no. And I say, oh, well, have you ever heard of Hank 3? And they say, oh, I think I've heard of him. And like, isn't he like the father of or son of? And I'm like, yeah, he's the son of Hank Williams Jr. And I tell them that I've been to 3 shows. I think I've been to 3 shows of his, I'm pretty sure. Really good. One of the best live acts I've ever seen, bar none. Like, it comes pretty close. Like, I think it's Pantera, Hank 3, Marilyn Manson, Slipknot's probably on the same stage as Manson with the whole live show thing. But Hank 3 and Pantera, they're pretty close up to the top there. The best concerts I've ever been to. Yeah, Ozfest is on a whole nother level. Like, you can't count Ozfest because you get to see like a billion bands there. So, but yeah, Assjack is Hank 3. So Hank 3, when he has a show, he has an opening act. And I can tell you how it goes because it's the same thing every single time. I'm sure if he has a show now, it's the same exact thing. He has an opening act that he goes on tour with. He may have a couple bands that he goes on tour with in certain cities. They'll be there, whatever. But I seen Those Poor Bastards with him the one time. The other time I can't remember who it was. It the one time I went, it wasn't very good. But what's it called? But I know Those Poor Bastards with really great band too. By the way. But Hank 3 comes on after that, does his country thing. He kind of takes a brief pause, a small break, comes back and does, I think, a few more country bands, and then he does Assjack. Assjack is a hardcore punk metal band. Wow. And I love how he does. He saves the kind of more modern country songs. He says cuss words and stuff toward the end. So he gets the good country songs that are clean and stuff after his opening act. He does those, and then he kind of does the ones that, puts the, cunt and country and stuff like that. He does that. He does those kind of things after that. So he's warming the crowd up, getting the crowd ready for the next level. And the next level, it's going to be Assjack. Assjack comes out, and you just immediately, the funnest part of going to its concerts is immediately when Assjack plays. And I remember I wrote down the song Redneck Ride. I'm pretty sure every time I went to see, which I think, I take that back. I want to see Hank 3 twice. That's right. I've seen one time with my friend Danny went with me, and another time it was and then I took my wife to see him the second time. The Redneck Ride, they started with that song, which is probably the most upbeat, but it's super metal. As soon as that song starts playing, everybody's going. It was so funny because I remember just standing there watching him, and I'm like, oh, these people. There's a lot of people in here. These people all like this kind of music? And then all of a sudden, people are turned back with their backs toward the stage because I think he took another break after he did the country one. I think he might have been like one break after he did all the country songs, the regular country songs. And he comes back out. He's all decked out, ready, metal to go. People had their back turned. Quite a bit of people had their back turned to the stage. And I remember standing beside a few people that had their back turned to the stage. And all of a sudden, there they go. Redneck Ride, Assjack's playing, and all of a sudden these people are going, what the? And they literally, what in the world? And they're like, oh, we got to get out of here. It's so great. It was awesome. So they leave. These people left. Like, literally the venue cleared out when Assjack came on. Like, there was literally probably maybe 35 people. Well, no. There was more than that. Probably about 40 to 50 people in the venue. There was probably almost double that when Assjack started on stage. And they just clear out. So it's funny that he has a split audience that likes that and doesn't like that. It's kind of a weird kind of combination, but I think people enjoy it and it's worth the time. And they know it's coming. If they don't know it's coming, then it's just, I don't know what to tell you. They just probably hear his music and they look it up. And they don't know anything about the Assjack that's coming at the end of the show. They probably think it's just some kind of country band that, is going to go on last so he can leave or something. I have no idea because you don't really know. It just happens. And he comes on there basically and it says, and now it's time for Assjack or something like that. I can't remember how he transitions, but somebody comes out there and there's this guy that does like kind of backup screaming or something like that. He's scary looking. He is supremely scary looking. And, yeah, he looks like he's going to kick everybody in the building's butt. Like, completely just beat everybody up. That's what he looks like. He's really scary looking. I would assume he's still with him right now on tour. Because they just went to, I know they just went to Muncie where I went and seen him the two times I've seen him. And I think I think it was like 35. I think it was 30 one time, 35 the next time I went and seen him. And I think it was 35 this last time when I checked on the price. I think it was about the same price. So it's not bad. That's not a bad price for a concert. $35 is not that bad, especially when you know it's going to be a good show. And Hank 3 will definitely put on a good show. He's had albums come. He hasn't really came out with a new album lately, but he has so much content. Like, he has so much music now that he can probably tour a couple more years before he comes out with anything else. So people will have no problem with. I would have no problem with going and seeing what he already has because he's such a good artist. But yeah, I'm at the 20-minute mark. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. There's 5 bands: American Head Charge, ABK, Aranda, Alan Jackson, Assjack. Check them out. Assjack came out in 2009. They only have 1 album. That's all you need, because that's the end of the show for the Hank 3 show, and he does through, I'm assuming he goes all through all the tracks on the CD, and that's all. He just wants to play metal at the end of his show and be different. Good job, Hank 3. You make me have so many memories. 2 times I went to see your shows. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely check out Hank 3 show out if it comes in your area. If you're into that kind of thing. Maybe you'd be one of the people that turns around and goes, "What in the donkey piss?" No, Ask Jack. Oh, okay. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Catch you guys later. Keep rocking and keep on listening to Ask Jack.